these have a cool, clean finish. They don't have any of their original finish left. They look like to me, and my dad worked at for the Union Pacific Railroad, and these remind me of the wheels on a locomotive or on a train. And so I just think for those reasons, really cool. I really like that it's the original. I wanted something that was like old and original, and a nod to the beginning of what we know as standard gym equipment today. And these kind of hit a bunch of those little things for me. Next one over is the York. Now this one is like a 4-spoke. And that was, again, this is how I was able to kind of justify the York with the Marcy on the same wall. So I don't have, a weird imbalance of why do I have all these plates that kind of look the same or something. But York, that was like the first one. I was like, I have to have Yorks on there. I mean, that's like the quintessential. I mean, this is York for the longest time was considered the absolute highest echelon of gym equipment that you could possibly get. And as far as vintage and collectability and things like that, I mean, it's the most recognizable. If you see a deep dish York plate, you don't have to be that into vintage gym equipment to know that that is a sought after vintage piece of equipment. And so I needed that. I was like, I can't have all these other things and not have a York deep dish. So I got a pair of these. Now I only took these close up pictures like this of the top ones. I have it's pair. Each one of these is a pair. I have its match down at the bottom. I just didn't feel compelled to take pictures to share of every pair or every single plate. Okay. So then I'm going to go back to moving back over to the other side, which is my right, your left, is just underneath the Marcy's, which I don't know if you guys can see it in the final edit or not. You might see like an edge, but these are the Atlas 25s. Now, I talked about in an episode previous, I had ordered a pair of Marcy 25s and they were lost in shipping, right? At least at the time, I wasn't sure if they were lost. I had suspected that I was never going to see them. And I did ultimately put in so when you do USPS priority shipping, they include $100 worth of insurance. I did put in like a search. I put in an insurance claim, see which one would come first, either the plates or the claim. And they approved. They gave me $100 refund for my $240 plates or whatever.